This is Giants baseball. Told straight. You're listening to NorCal Sports Network. No homers, no casuals. Just truth. Let's go!
All right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network Postgame 2, and I had to do it. I had to put the Giants hat on, the Yankees hat on, man. When you can't score a run, I can't put your hat on for a couple of days. Come on. This is awful.
At least they got a
bad.
hit.
Yeah, hey, one hit. Hey, good job, Elliot Ramos. If you saw the thumbnail, get ready for ripping the new one for Rafael Devers. That guy, I'm going to not only ripping his ass, he needs a new ass. This guy is damaged goods. I'm telling you, he can't hit a fastball down the middle. I saw it all last year. I thought it was his back. I think he's lost it. I think Boston pulled the great Houdini act right over Buster Posey's eyes, and they got rid of a guy that they found his birth certificate, and they found out he's not really 28 or 29. He's more like 35 years old. That dude is bush league whacked. I'm telling you, yeah, he's going to hit 35 homers this year, 35 homers and 600 at bats. I'm sure Dallas could hit 10 and 600 at bats. He'll walk into a few. This guy can't hit a fastball to save his life. What the heck is going on? This guy's supposed to be your star, making $300+ million contract with the Red Sox 10 years. They said, oh, crap, we got the wrong dude. Let's see if we can find a sucker. Oh, hey, wait, we got a guy. This guy's never been a president of baseball ops in his life. Great catcher, but maybe he doesn't know what he's doing. He's a little green behind let's go see if we can pull one off on Buster, and we'll just take whatever crap they want to give us. How's that for an opening?
That's quite an opening. My gosh.
Obviously dinged up. He's not playing, he's not playing the field. So I don't know if that affects his bat at all. I don't know, but he doesn't look right. That's for sure.
He doesn't look right. He swings hard, to give him that credit, but he's no approach to the plate. He doesn't have the green monster to rely on. Hey, look, I just got to hit one, just pop it up in the air for 285, 300 feet, and I'll hit it off the wall, and I'll be fine there. I'll get me, double, bring up my batting average. This guy may be lucky to hit 255 for the Giants this year. This guy, that's why he hits well on the road. This is a bad park for Rafael Devers. I'm telling you, this is a bad ballpark for Rafael Devers to hit in. And
we hear so much about, it's a bad ballpark for hitting. This team is going to hit well when they go on the road. What they did today wouldn't have worked on the road either.
No, nothing's going to work when you can't hit.
Exactly. So, a double is a double in any park. If you're hitting it in the gaps, if you're hitting base hits, the park only matters when it comes to hitting it over the fence.
Right.
And no one's close to hitting it over the fence at this point.
It doesn't seem to affect the visiting teams a lot. Guys like Stanton, who we had a deal in place several years ago, but he declined. And then we came somewhat close, it looks like, to getting Aaron Judge, possibly. And he can hit it out of the ballpark. But not too many Giants really give it a ride. When Giants hit home runs generally in Oracle Park, they seem to just kind of eke over the fence a little bit in left center, sometimes down the left field line. Judge mashed that thing. I want to see, hey, look, before we get too far into this, it's 2 games, okay? It's 2 games. And it's not time to completely hit the panic button. But if they get shut out tomorrow, and then you got to start looking at what's going on with this team, because they sure can hit when it's warm. Maybe the difference is, the difference is for the Giants, they come out of this warm climate in Phoenix, and then they go to this colder ballpark in the 60s generally, and maybe the bats just aren't, popping.
I mean, what was the temperature today? I think it was a pretty warm day, was it not?
67, something like that, they said.
In San Francisco, that's a pretty warm day.
Yeah. But
I mean, I
far
don't
cry
think
from 98.
I don't think anyone was putting their long sleeves on or anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just a bad lineup because I'll tell you what. I don't think Bader's going to hit that great this year. I don't think Jung-Hoo Lee is a major league big-time hitter. Yeah, he'll hit 260, maybe 275 where we projected for him. But they paid
That'd
for
be
a
great.
guy. 275 would be great because they thought they were getting a 290 hitter. But I don't know. Hey, look, baseball's a funny game. Guys go into slumps. They go into they press, and they're trying to, the longer the losing streak goes, the more pressing that guys are trying to go up there and instead of just relaxing. But nobody looks good on this team whatsoever right now. Arise, he's probably being best known right now for his defense on this team. He's playing really good second base.
He had maybe the best play of the game.
Yeah, he's playing good at second base. So that's not the issue right now, but his hitting is soft. Jung-Hoo Lee is soft. Casey Schmidt has been hitting really badly, just soft hits, weak ground balls, strikeouts. Devers, Chapman at least walked twice.
Took a couple walks. That's good.
Adames, he misses pitches. Ramos got the one hit. Again, Lee, soft hits. Arise, soft hits. Casey not hitting. Bailey, Bailey's just, almost like you put your bills on auto pay, most of your bills, you just put Bailey on auto out for the most part. And Bader, I don't know. He had a big year last year, but the Giants don't have any bats around him. Devers is supposed to be the guy. If Devers was supposed to be what he is cracked up to be, and that's why I'm focusing in on him, is he has to hit to make this lineup kind of sing. Because if he doesn't hit, there's nobody else in the lineup that's scary. Not one. Name me a scary
there's
guy.
Guys that can produce. There's guys that did pretty well. This entire lineup hit 400 in spring training. What happened?
But spring training, Dal, who cares? Randy Elliott hit almost 600 in spring training and made the club in 1977, and then he was gone. I want to know who scares you if Devers can't hit.
Well, Devers is the scariest for sure.
Yeah, so
he's the one guy in the lineup that you have to.
But if
you have a little fear
he's not hitting,
he comes up.
If he's not hitting, who scares you in the rest of the lineup?
Nobody.
Nobody. Exactly. Nobody. There's nobody that is scary to pitch to. Whereas, you look at the Yankees, obviously Aaron Judge, but then you got guys like Stanton and Chisholm and Bellinger. Even as you get down to the bottom of the order, Austin Wells can hurt you. And they've got some guys that hit the ball hard. Today, it was a good pitching by both. Obviously, Ray didn't get any support, but he pitched well enough to win. And then Schlittler, he was just throwing what you would call fastballs to Devers. And I've seen this. I thought last year was an aberration because I hadn't seen Rafi a whole lot in Boston. But when I watched him last year miss all these fastballs right down the middle, swinging, like he was swinging for the, not just the fences, but trying to swing to hit it out of the stadium. like he's almost coming out of his shoes. I thought, man, this guy can swing hard, but I don't know if he's got bad eyesight or if his back's bothering him and he's swinging late because the back's injured. Now here he is this year. He looks exactly the same as the majority of the time we saw him last year, which was missing. He struck out 29% of the time last year as a Giant, and he struck out as a career about 21% before coming to the Giants. How many times did he strike out today? 2 or 3? Let me look. Rafael Devers. Rafael Devers struck out, and they pull up the box score. Devers, 3 Ks. And how did he do? Let's see how he did Wednesday. Come on. Let's see. What do we got here? On Wednesday, Rafael Devers he was 0 for 4, but 1 for 4, didn't strike out. Okay. Look, I'm fine with strikeouts. It happens. Your big guys are going to strike out. But he's missing. They have found a hole in Rafael Devers, and he can't catch up to the high heat. He's not hitting it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand that, because every power hitter known to man has just killed fastballs. I mean, that's what the biggest problem is. Most guys can't hit the breaking ball, right? It was Matt Williams' first 3 years, couldn't hit the breaking ball to save his life, figured it out, and then, went up from there. But everybody mashes fastballs, It's like, and Devers just swings right through them. And I keep seeing it over and over. Insane says the whole lineup sucks, Dan. Focusing on Devers, it's not just his fault. Yeah, you can't fault much of the lineup, because much of the lineup isn't really known for being big-time hitters. Matt Chapman is known for being a all-world third baseman. Luis Ariz is known as dink and dunk. Who else you want to go through? Jung-Hoo Lee is a dinker. He's a soft, hits the ball softly. Ramos, he's probably, he's still finding himself. He's not a great hitter, but he's not an awful hitter. He's not bad. Schmidt's not hitting well at all. Bailey's terrible. Bader's been terrible most of his career. As when I say terrible, he's been mid. He had a good year last year, but you don't expect him to do that again this year. I don't expect Bader to hit 277. I think he hits 250-ish, right in there. Bailey, we said 243 or something the other day. It's a long season, okay? I'm not going to worry about 2 games and saying the season's over. The Giants lost 5 in a row to open this ballpark in 2000, okay? They were 0-5, and they won the division. So there's 160 games left to play. No reason to panic, but when you watch anemic offense 2 days in a row to start the season at home and not even score a run, yesterday they sniffed a run out in the first inning, and they haven't been close since. They haven't been close. They've gone 17 innings without even – have they even got a guy to third base after this first inning yesterday?
I don't believe so. No. Well, Chapman ended up on third base in the 9th inning.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because he stole
right.
Defensive indifference.
And then you got over to second on the ground ball from or how did he get over to third?
The third.
And third. How did he get
He stole second and third.
Oh, he stole second and third. Okay. All right. So the Yankees
they didn't make a throw, they just let him go.
Yeah. His run meant nothing.
Correct.
Yeah.
But so these guys, they're not a great hitting team. Of course they're not. But, there's a lot of 250 hitters, but they're not hitting 250 right now. They're hitting 0 right now. So it's hard to score any runs when you just don't get any hits. It's pretty simple. And that's not going to be the case the whole year, obviously. But so obviously they're off to a horrible start. I do think Robbie Ray looked pretty good.
I think Ray looked good.
He gave up a home run to Judge, but that's going to happen to a lot of people.
Yeah. These guys, like I said, Adames, Schmidt, and Bader swinging at balls 2 feet up the zone. They look horrible against Camilo Duvall. Duvall made them look like, they were little leaguers. I mean, he was just throwing that slider outside the zone, and they were chasing. I am not. I think what I'm most disappointed about in this team right now is I'm disappointed with. I'm really disappointed with Devers, and I'm starting to wonder and really question: is Rafi Devers as young as his birth? Not his birth certificate. We haven't seen his birth certificate. Is he as young as he's reportedly supposed to be at 20? What is he supposed to be? 29 right now?
Yeah,
is that
28 or 29? I don't know.
I'm going to pull him up here. Rafi Devers, because this guy's he looks young to me in the face, but his body is 29 and 154 days. Born October 24th, 1996. So he will turn 30 at some point this year. I'm starting to wonder. I think the best. I mean, you want to, and people are out there could say, well, you don't know that. No, I don't know. I don't know. But let me show you something, what is concerning for me. And all of these players that have these age issues seem to come from the Dominican Republic, where they're okay. Look at this kid. He was 20 years old in 2017. He had 222 at bats. He hit 284, had 10 homers as a 20-year-old. As a 21-year-old, he struck out 121 times in 490 plate appearances. 121 divided by 490, 24.6%. In 2019, the juice ball year, he had 115 ribbies. He struck out 119 times in 702 plate appearances, only 16.9%. Okay. He's almost doubled that now. So at 22, he hit 54 doubles. He had that green monster. He had 32 homers. At 24, this guy, Bryce Eldridge, or Aaron Judge's age at 20, 38 homers. Last year, he had 33 combined between the Giants and the Red Sox. He actually hit more with the Giants, which is good. He will run into pitches and knock them apart because he's got incredible power. I'm not saying anything about that, but he hit 236 with the Giants last year. Lowest he's ever hit.
The age thing, I mean, I think it's kind of a conspiracy theory. I mean, obviously the people were looking at him when he was 14, looking at potentially drafting him, working with him. I mean, the guys are down there working with players. So if he was 14 and he said he was 11, I don't know. You can tell an 11-year-old. So I don't think this guy just appeared out of the woodwork and appeared out of the forest and said, all right, I'm 16, and he's really, 19. I just don't think that
I don't know. I'm questioning what I question about
when he was
this.
a kid, they were looking at him.
Yeah. Oh, sure. But the question is, this kid comes up, how many 19, 20, 21-year-olds come up and tear up the league? Not
Some
many.
do.
Guys like Juan Soto, who's also from the Dominican. And why do they falsify their age? Because of the money. They get bigger contracts when you're younger. You think Rafi Devers would have got a 10-year deal with Boston if they found out he was 4 years possibly older? And hey, look, Rafi Devers may very well be 29 years old. Okay. I'm not saying he's not 29, but something doesn't smell right when the guy can no longer catch up to the fastball. He cannot hit the fastball, and his body's breaking down. He's got a bad back last year. He's got a hammy this year. The Dominican has been known to falsify ages of players. Several players have come out years later and said so. So this is an issue to me that this guy better hit. What is his career average? Let's see. He better hit close to his career average. His career batting average, Rafael Devers, is 276. All right. Last year he hit 236 with the Giants. He better hit 260 with the Giants this year. Okay. 260. He should be hitting 30 plus bombs and driving in 100 runs. But if he does this 236 to 245 range this year, I'm going to tell you they're done. The Giants better find a sucker to take him, because you're going to be stuck with Devers for 7 more years. I think he's got 8 years left, or is it 7 right now? 7 or 8. Look, if he doesn't have a good year this year, and it's still early. Okay, we're in game 2. I get that.
This is very overreaction.
I'm just kind of irritated that he can't hit a fastball right down the middle, and he's swinging through them, and that he's breaking down his body. And I want to see this guy. Are we going to be DHing again all year long, or is he going to get healthy enough to get in the field? We'll see. I'm just part of this whole thing that I'm bringing up is the Giants had 1 hit. Okay. I'm picking on Devers because he's the biggest moneymaker and he's the biggest
There's a lot
star.
of guys that weren't hitting fastballs today.
Yeah. Only reason I'm picking on Devers right now is he has to be the leader of this team. He has to carry him. He has to be able to come up with a big hit. He can't be just going up there and swinging for the fences and missing pitches constantly. I mean, he swings and misses a lot. I'm not just talking strike 3. I'm talking strike 1, strike 2. He's missing pitches that Devers seems to be the guy that seems to square it up or strike out. So I'm just saying that I think the team is going to have to figure a way out to make contact. That's what they brought Hunter Mintz in for, to start getting guys to learn to make contact. And one of the things that they struck out 13 times today, one of the things that has always concerned me is people get excited about spring training stats. I don't care about spring training stats. Why? Because you're not facing any good pitchers generally. And if you're facing them early on, they're just working on their stuff. They're working on trying to, it's not the WBC. So I don't get too worked up about guys having great springs. Matt Chapman has had 2 incredible spring trainings in a row, and he goes to the opposite field.
That's true. But Devers had a terrible spring, and that's continued right on to these first 2 games. Now he could go 3 for 3 tomorrow, get his batting average up to, 280, and everything's fine.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, that happens in baseball. And I don't want to overreact because they're 0-2 and they haven't scored a run, but I'm just saying that this has the makings of a lineup. I may be dead wrong. I'm not going to change my prediction. I think they will come back and hit eventually. I do think this is probably going to be a better road team. I really do. They were a better road team last year. This team does not hit the ball enough, make enough contact at home to score big runs. Oh, they'll run into, a 2-3 run homer now and then, and they'll have games where they score 8 to 12 runs where they're hitting the ball. That's going to happen. I'm not worried. And anybody out there that's, wanting to put this on the manager, there's nothing a manager can do if your team can't hit. He can't go up there. And what's he going to do? Change the lineup? What do they have on the bench? Nothing. They have nothing on the bench.
They have their secret weapon.
Oliva?
Harar.
Huh? Oh, Harar. Yes. We lost your picture there for a second.
I dropped my phone. Hello.
Oh, he dropped the phone. Yes, the secret weapon, Harar. Wouldn't shock me if we see Harar tomorrow. Wouldn't shock me.
Could be, yeah.
I mean, do you run it back
if you're formula a little bit?
If you're Tony Vitello tomorrow and you're 0-2 without a run, do you run it back for the third straight day? Nope. I don't.
I think it was great, smart to run it back today because it's like you don't want to be overreactionary.
Right.
But now, if you're stubborn and you go with it a third time and you get shut out again, then you're not it's not a good look. So I think maybe tomorrow we see somebody else. We see Gerard and we see maybe here's the lineup. Oliva.
Here's the lineup tomorrow. I think you ready for it?
Sure.
Who they facing tomorrow? Let me look. Let's take a look and see who's pitching matchups tomorrow. I know it's Molly and it's Will Warren. Okay, right-handed pitcher. So here's the lineup tomorrow. Jung-Hoo Lee leads off. Chapman, they're going to leave him in the second hole. They're going to put Devers 3. They'll probably keep Adames 4. I think they put Arise 5th. Ramos 6th. I wouldn't be surprised if it's an Encarnacion batting 7th at first base. And then 8, I'm going to say, is Susak at catcher, and 9th is going to be Oliva. I think they're going to give Oliva a shot tomorrow. And
I think Devers plays first tomorrow, and it's Encarnacion DHing.
Okay.
We'll see. I mean, at a certain point, the injury's got to be more than what they're leading on, so they're going to have to make him. They said he could have played today, so he probably plays tomorrow.
We'll see. It's a 4:15 game tomorrow. Shadows, so it's not going to be great for the Giants hitters again because you're going to have about 2 hours plus.
The shadows will come a little mid-game. Because
about 5.
4:15, the shadows were about 5, yeah.
Yeah, about 5. So they better score early, and then score late. So I think this is just it's hard to watch this team when we've seen this for 4 straight years, the 5th year in a row of uninspiring baseball, and you want to see the Giants have some excitement, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm not a big Arise fan as a hitter. I think he hits the ball, which is really nice, but he doesn't hit it hard. He doesn't have any pop. You saw the ball that looked like he got all of it in the triples alley, and Judge was just routine. It had another 40 feet to go before it was out. That's just an out in this ballpark. And that was Arise giving it a poke. Okay. Arise's homers, if they come at this ballpark, right down the right field line, 309.
Yeah, I don't expect him to hit many homers, but he's at least he doesn't strike out. That's my big thing.
Yeah,
if he can get a hit, and that's why I think you're right about moving him down in the order. Get somebody. Of course, no one can even get on base, but if somebody is on base, then there's a good chance something can happen because he's going to put the ball in play.
Yeah, and I'm not. We know Adames starts late. I mean, these guys are going to hit. They're going to come through with some big games, and we'll forget some of these last 2 games. They're going to do that, but I'm a little concerned, to be honest, after the 2 games, Dallas, that maybe I mean, I'm not going to change my prediction because I based my prediction on the fact that I thought their pitching would be okay, their hitting would be a little better, and I think it will get better. But I'm a little bit, after watching them play for real, they're 9 versus, got to remember their spring was not all these regulars. It was a lot of guys that aren't even on the team that were doing a lot of the hitting. So that's why I don't even take spring training with a grain of salt. But
the regular guys were hitting too. Adames
they were hitting.
Spring, but Chapman had a great spring. Schmidt had a great spring. Lee had a great spring. So, but you're right. It doesn't really matter. It counts now, but also it counts now to some degree. But last year they started 11-2, and look what happened at the end. They were the best team in baseball right off the bat. So it's really about, they're off to a slow start, but can they right the ship here and prevent this from becoming the long losing streaks that we saw last year? They need to be able to make adjustments and fix what's wrong and then get things back on track. So, they need to minimize the losing streaks. And so that's what they need to come out and do tomorrow. You can lose a series to the Yankees. Many teams are going to lose series to the Yankees this year. You don't want to get swept by the Yankees.
Correct. So my big thing is, when it comes to this team going forward, is it going to be a better team winning wise? Is it going to be in the mid 80s to upper 80s? That I went a little high this year because I was playing around. I said 88. I really wanted to go with 85 or 86, but I said, you know what? What's a couple of games? Let's go 88. I still think this team can be above a 500 team. You're not going to have 162 games where your bats are just anemic, and some of these guys are too good of hitters. Proven wise, Arise has proven he can hit. Adames can hit in the league. He's had production. Chapman to an extent, and of course Devers has had production. Ramos has had production. Who am I?
It's a pretty good team. It's not the best team in baseball. They're not going to beat the Dodgers. We knew that going into this, but 2 games doesn't change my opinion one bit. Nothing has swayed my opinion because this is baseball. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint, and you're going to have series that you lose, and they haven't looked good. Now they need to make adjustments, and they need to get into a routine and into a rhythm for this new season. So, Dan, I got to go. I got to get to my daughter's softball game. But I will choose my player of the game before I go.
All right, let's hear it.
I'm going to choose Luis Arise. There's that play, that the grounder to him, and he went home, and it was an easy play. The guy shouldn't even have run, but it's.
I think it was bases were loaded though. Oh no, the one where it was a tag him. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so he goes home and he just throws a nice, shot right to Bailey, who tags out what the fast guy, whatever his name is,
Cabarello.
Tags him out and makes it a routine play, throwing out a guy at home. But that's one of those situations where if he had thrown it away and the run scores, then there would be so many naysayers about his ability to play second base. Yeah. So he did what he had to do. He made the play and made it look easy. And that's when Miller was on the mound there. So I like that. And, he has not been a problem at second base thus far. And that's what we want to see. Yeah.
And and Insane says, how could he be player of the game? He went 0 for 4. Everybody went basically 0 for 4 except Ramos. He got the only hit.
Only one guy didn't go 0 for.
What age group is your daughter playing in?
Under 8 years old.
Under 8 years old. Okay.
Yeah.
And Delta Fishing says make sure you check the daughter's the birth certificates at the game.
Oh, yeah, she's actually 10, but I have her playing in the 8-year-old.
Serious? Or are you?
No, of course not. It's a Rafael Devers joke.
Okay, I didn't know if you were like commissioner of the league or something, and you were just like putting her in there.
No, she's the
Okay.
youngest one. So
Okay. Well, there we go. Check the other kids. If somebody looks older than 8, or if they look like if they got a hammy or something, 8-year-old hamstring issue, that's signs that they're no longer 8. All right, Dallas. We'll
all right.
we'll see
Gotta
you
go. I'll see you
tomorrow.
guys.
We'll see you tomorrow after the game. All right. Take care.
Sounds good.
All right.
Take care.
Yeah. There is Dallas from the Sacramento area, and he will be back with us tomorrow for post game. Will the Giants avoid the sweep? I don't know definitely we need the Giants to win tomorrow, right? But the first order of business is to win. You got to score a run. You got to score at least one run if you're going to win. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not. They're facing Will Warren. I mean, look, I'm on Devers' case right now, and a lot of it is the question about Devers is we have to have something to talk about, right? So let's make Devers the focal point so that we have something to, build a little bit of talk about around something, because in my opinion, Devers has to be the leader of this team. We know that offensively it's not going to be Chapman. We know it's Willie Adames is like a 240 hitter. Arise is a 300 hitter who makes soft contact. He's not a guy that, is going to mash the ball around the yard and come up. He's going to come up with some big hits, the single, the little bloop single, or the seeing eye single into left center, or, between short and third. He's going to do that. He's going to drive in a run or two at times like that. Did I see what Vitello said during the postgame? No, I did not. Let me see if I can pull up some postgame comments here from the Giants, if we have anything. Let's take a look here. What did Vitello say in the press conference? Do I have anything on Twitter yet? Let me see. Let's take a look. SF Giants, see if they've got anything on their press conference here. Okay, nothing yet. So let's hear it. What did suggested post-game that this fire and brimstone street left his club too fired up and emotional? Robbie Ray dismissed that idea. We're all major league players. What do we got here? Tony Vitello suggested post-game that this fire and brimstone speech left his club too fired up and emotional. Robbie Ray dismissed that idea. We're all major league players. I'm not sure what I don't know. Looking through some of the comments here. Yeah, the Giants, I don't get it either, father of man 25, how they chase balls more than a lot of teams. It seems per Evan Weback. Okay. And that was off of, let me see, off of X. Let me pull up Evan Weback. I think I follow Evan. Let's see, Evan Weback. Okay, here we go. Let's see what he's got. Giants. on Tuesday. Okay, so this was Tuesday before. Okay, we'll see where this thing goes. But Tony V, there's nothing Tony can do to get, when the team can't hit, that's not the manager's fault. But I think Tony will figure this out. So we'll see where this thing actually goes. Hey guys, I am going to, since right now, hold on one sec here. I'm going to open it up for anybody that wants to come into the show because let's see, invite. All right, guys, if anybody wants to come into the show, we're not going to do a long one here. Come on in, join me, share your thoughts. We've been going for 41 minutes. We'll keep it short, under an hour today. And it's going to be a long season, but just to wrap up the whole game itself here, let me why don't we do that? Why don't we pull up the box score, and we'll take a look at the official box score. And let's see here where we. Oh no, I don't want that. I don't want to watch it. I want the. Hold on here. Let me go back. There we go. Wrap. Give me the box score. Where are we going here? Come on. There we go. All right. So let's just kind of go through the game a little bit here. And you want to jump in, the link's in the chat. Come on in, share your thoughts. But let's take a quick peek here at the box score. Not much to it here. I mean, Judge was 1 for 4 with the 2-run blast, and then Stanton accounted for the other run. So the Yankees get 3 runs, all courtesy of the long ball. And the Giants, well, let's take a look at the Giants. 0 for 4 Arise, 0 for 2 Chapman, 2 walks. Devers 0 for 4 with 3 Ks. Adames 0 for 3 with 3 Ks. Jung-Hoo Lee 0 for 3, weak contact and a strikeout. Ramos got the only hit, but he struck out his other 2 times. Schmidt was 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Bailey 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Bader 0 for 3 for the strikeout. They only faced one man over the minimum, the Yankees today. 28 guys that were well, actually a little bit more because Chapman would have had 2 at-bats more, 30. So they were only 3 over the minimum. It was 2 walks by Chapman and a hit by Ramos. That is about as silent as you can go without being no hit. So a rough day at Oracle Park for the Giants. And again, it's a long season, guys. I'm not going to sit here and panic, but I'm also not going to sit here and tell you that everything's peaches and cream when you got a guy like Rafael Devers, Willie Adames chasing balls, can't seem to make hardly any contact, even foul tipping balls off. That's a problem because those are your 3 and 4 hitters. Your 3 and 4 hitters. The Giants didn't even hit the ball today hard. Ramos got the 1 hit, but everything else looks very vanilla. Aaron says it seems rather unlikely Mentz and company can make sweeping changes to their approach. This is who they are and how they've been through their career, in my opinion. This is one thing I've always said, Aaron, is when guys have great springs, you hear Chapman say he's making great adjustments. Well, you're making adjustments in the offseason and you're not facing live major league hitting. You're making adjustments against, balls that are coming down the middle with a pitching machine or somebody, a batting practice pitcher. So you can make adjustments all you want when the ball's coming into you at 85 miles an hour or 80 or 7, whatever it's coming at you. But when it's coming at you at 97, a little tough to work on your adjustments sometimes, especially when the guy's hitting paint. So this is what happens. And what I said last year about Chapman is he had a great spring in the 25 season. And then I said, yeah, where do guys go to when they revert back to their muscle memory, generally speaking, and especially when the season starts and guys start pulling balls. I think it was Chapman today. They threw him a breaking ball that was way outside, and Chapman pulled it to the shortstop instead of just going over to the, going with the pitch. But that's pretty much typical of Matt Chapman. We're going to give him 2 minutes because he is a member. Welcome in Shardal with the San Francisco Giants logo. And what did I think of the game today? Before you asked, Shardal, I've already told everybody what I thought. So,
hey Dan, I'm a big fan of the NorCal Sports Network. I think you make some great Giants content up on here on YouTube. The Giants lose 3-0 versus New York. The thing that frustrates me and gets me furious about this team is that they only got one hit today. I'm like, how does that? I'm like, how does that work? How does that work pan out? I mean, this is one of the greatest teams in all of baseball, and it's second day of opening day. They got one more game tomorrow to see if they can get a win and bounce back from this loss. But it's just like I don't know what this team is really doing at this point. I mean, like this is just like what is going wrong with this team? Can this team like I predicted them to get 80 wins to end the season.
yeah, I mean, they kind of look like a 500 type team, but we'll see.
When Aaron Judge hit that home run and then Giancarlo Stanton hit that solo shot, I wanted to close the TV, but I said like if I'm if I'm a diehard Giants fan, I'd rather watch the whole game till the end, even though the result was not what we expected.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to watch a team when you feel like they can't come back. This team will start hitting eventually, okay? We'll see. I mean, it's too early to say where they're going to end up. Of course, we're all going to make our prognostications, and we're all.
I know a lot of my fellow Giants fans are getting very cynical. They're saying that the season's over. The season's not over. You be logical. The season's not over.
Yes.
We have 160 games left in the season. The whole stretch of the season is still left to go. Season's not over yet. Don't get cynical. Giants fans are getting cynical. They're saying we're done. The season's over. We're out. Everything is done. The Giants are all toast. This season's over. It's done. It's like don't think that way. That's not the way. For me, I don't. Whenever I talk to my fans who are Giants fans, I say like you think logical. There's so many games left in the season, right? What anything can happen in the season. You can go on a 5-game winning streak. You can go on. Lose a couple of games, go back on a nice string of wins, go lose again, go another string, and anything can happen in the season. Is that what you think? Like, because I know you're a big Giants fan. Do you think that's the way that I should tell my friends to think in a very
it's
metaphorical type of way?
It's a long season, Chardal, and it's not time to hit the panic button yet, but they will eventually, play some good ball together and put together a winning streak. But, it's not a good start right now. You just have to come back tomorrow and avoid getting swept and head to San Diego 1-2, and then go take 2 out of 3 in San Diego and come back 3-3 for your homestand. And that's really about where you thought the Giants would be after 6 games anyway. It's about
I'm currently at 535 subscribers, so I would really love for you, the viewers, to go over to my YouTube channel. Give me a like, give me a follow. I'm trying to get to 600 subs. So if your viewers like my Giants content, please go over there and have them go over to my YouTube channel
Will
and
do,
then
Shardall.
subscribe.
All right.
Give me some love
We'll
on
do
my
that.
channel.
Okay, go subscribe everybody to Shardall's channel. Hey, Shardall, thanks for checking in
I'll
today.
see you. It's great being on the show. Let's go. Into game 3. Let's get that win. Let's avoid the sweep.
All right, take care, Shardall. Thanks for
See you.
joining. All right, that was Shardall there, and go check his channel out if you want some more content. I think it's SGA Sports Talk channel, so you can head over there. Yeah, this is just, uninspiring baseball to start the season. It is what it is. They got off to a rough 2 games, and it's not the ideal way you want to start a brand new era under Tony Vitello. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of hope around the Giants. They just got to come out tomorrow and, have a game plan to make contact. Stop swinging for the fences. Guys just need to go up there and try to drive the ball, line drives. I never tried. All I tried to do is hit the ball where it was pitched and hit it hard. Put the bat on the ball and drive it and hit it hard. That's the thing. The Giants, but they've been hitting it very soft, and they're going to have to figure a way to get base runners on tomorrow, and then they're going to have to figure a way to get those runs home. They just have to be able to do that. So we'll see what they do tomorrow. But let's see. Cliff says, understand it's only 2 games, but back-to-back shutouts and 4 hits through 18 is very concerning. You can be positive as you want, but my good, yeah, it's hard to watch baseball like that, Cliff. Very hard to watch. Look, they got a runner at third base the opening inning yesterday, and they did not get a runner on third all the rest of the game yesterday, or until Matt Chapman had 2 uncontested stolen bases, whatever you want to call them, in the 9th inning to get a guy over to third. So basically, they didn't even get a runner over to third base today without the Yankees giving them 2 bases. So this was a pathetic performance all the way around. And so we'll see. What do we got, Dan? It's hard to hit 98-mile-an-hour major league fastball. No kidding. They are not swinging for the fences. They are just swinging home runs to catch up to the speed. Well, 98 is not something that these guys aren't used to seeing about every day. There's a pitcher on every staff that throws 98. These guys are trained to hit it. They just got to be able to make contact. 13 strikeouts today, unacceptable. Yesterday, I think they only had 4, and we thought, oh, okay, that was an improvement. But yeah, where do you go for player of the game today? To me, let's take a look here. Player of the game, not much really to talk about. How about Ryan Walker, a third of an inning? He got a K. He did walk a guy. Eric Miller pitched a shutout inning. I thought Robbie Ray pitched well, 5 1/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, almost got out of the inning, but went 5 scoreless before giving up the 2-run homer to Judge. So that was tough. Offensively, I guess if you want to give any player the game, I guess you got to give it to Ramos. He's the only guy that got a hit, right? Ramos got a hit and Chapman got 2 walks. Those were the only 2 guys that actually got on base today. That's it. Chapman got on base via the walk, and Ramos got a double. That was it. So, that's the way it goes. So, guys, keep it right here. Make sure you hit that like button if you would. It does help the show quite a bit. If you would hit that like button on your way out, or do it now. Just hit, if you're watching on your phone, just hit that little X, and then the thumbs up will hit the like button. It does push the show out to more people. How many people we got in here right now? Let me, hold on. I got to look on my phone. Okay. So yeah, we got like 33 likes. Push that up to 50, 60 likes for me, please, on your way out. I appreciate you being here. Be back tomorrow after Giants, Yankees, third and final game of the set. We'll come back tomorrow somewhere around 6:30, 7 o'clock, depending. And we haven't had a chance to break into our late innings live. There's been no action to talk about for late innings live the last two games. So make sure you're here tomorrow, and make sure you turn on that notifications bell. If you've subscribed already, hit the notifications bell. Every time we go live, you'll be notified, because sometimes we will go live without warning, okay? We will just go live, because I might not put the thumbnail together because until the last minute, until we're going live, hey, it's the bottom of the seventh, top of the eighth, whatever it is, game's going on, and it's a tight one. We'll go live and bring it to you the rest of the way. So appreciate you guys being here. And I know there lots of choices out there for Giants baseball. Been following this Giants team, not this particular 2016, but been following the Giants a long time, okay? Since 1968, all right? How many years is that? 32 plus 26, 58 years, all right? 58 years. I'm on year 58 following the Giants. And, I don't think anybody doing YouTube or radio or anything been covering the Giants for 58 years. So I got you covered. And Mark Gravy Grave Train says, what inning do the Giants score tomorrow? Interesting. What inning do they score tomorrow? Wow. If it goes past 3, people are going to start really getting kind of talking about it, right? If it goes past 3 and they're into like 20 plus, open the season with 20 plus innings of no scoring, don't know. But I'll tell you what, I picked the Giants the last 2 games, and I've been wrong. I'm going to try and keep up my wrong streak tomorrow. I'll pick the Yankees just so that maybe the Giants get an actual win. Cliff's been following the club since 95. Death, taxes, and Giants leaving runners in scoring position with 0 outs. Yeah, that's why I'd move Luis Ariz down to the 5 spot. Yeah, I would do that. So I would move Ariz down. Let's get some runners on base, and he's not going to strike out. Let's see what happens. So surprise for TL 49er Magic. That's pretty funny. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys again. Hit that like button if you would on the way out. Where are we at with likes right now? We're at 42. Okay, we got about 9 more likes since I mentioned it. Everybody else on the way out, go ahead, hit that. And you know what? I forgot to thank our sponsor of the show, and that's something important we always want to do. That is PrizePicks, everybody. We did our PrizePicks today. Of course, we did not win because Devers didn't come through for us, nor did Ariz. So we didn't get the victory for PrizePicks. But let's where is my PrizePicks logo? Where did it go? Hold on. I don't know what happened to it. PrizePicks. It's always right. There it is. There we go. All right. So PrizePicks. And we just need to get our little NCSN banner there and put that up. So PrizePicks is happy that we put the promo code up, and there it is right there. Okay, so guys, we picked before the game. We didn't win today, but use that NCSN promo code. PrizePicks, a daily fantasy app where you build lineups by choosing whether players will have more or less than a projected stat total. Right now, new users get $50 in lineups when they play their first $5, win or lose. That's $50 handed to you. You play 5, they're giving you 50. That's a no-brainer, guys. What are you waiting for? Go sign up. Use that NCSN code or choose the link in the description. Click on that link. It'll take you right to the PrizePick promo, and it already has our code built into that. So download the PrizePicks app today. Build your lineup and follow along while watching the games. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. And PrizePicks available in all 50 states, everybody. So go sign up for PrizePicks. That's going to do it for us today. We appreciate you being here. And I'll put up a few more chats as we play out the music to finish us off today. We will see you tomorrow after the game, or possibly late in the action when the game gets tight in the late innings. It's called Late Innings Live, everybody, right here on NorCal Sports Network. I'll look for your comments to post as we get out of here with the music. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining again. And make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Appreciate you. I'm just wearing the winning hat. I'm not a Yankee fan, obviously. I'm a Giants fan. Something we have done here on NorCal Sports the last couple years where we put on the winning hat. I'm hoping I could put this Giants winning hat on. I'd love to put it on like 90 times this year. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Appreciate you guys again being here. And you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend. And we'll catch you right back here on NorCal Sports Network tomorrow night, sometime late in the Giants-Yankees Game 3 or at the very end of the game. But turn on that notifications bell, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.